Grass Valley is normally at those big trade shows like NAB Show, IBC and CAPSAT and others, which are really concentrating on broadcast. But why the first time now ISE?
We're really looking to expand not just with our broadcast customers, but expand the other existing markets that can really make use of asset management, live production, and file-based workflows where they truly can be quite dynamic. Taking EDIUS, for example, where it's an excellent craft editor, we can make use of the file-based flows, and when it integrates with our Framelight X product, we can make use of the growing files that you can create within AMP, you can make use of assets already existing, graphics, and really come to as a true blend of all the different elements, both locally and remote storage or even NAS storage, craft something that really tells the story that you want to live.
Yeah, well, so many companies have so much media footage, so many files to organize, and obviously you named Framelight X. Can you maybe a little bit explain what is the core of Framelight X?
Absolutely, so Framelight X is our MAM, our asset management system. It can be based on-premise or the cloud, but it uses the AMP platform to do that interconnectivity. It can generate high-res files, so it can ingest that high-res file. It can create proxy that's also visible within the cloud, so S3 storage. And then with that, where we've now got it all documented into one location, we can then make use of that with the interconnectivity on the Framelight platform, or B, using integration with such as EDIUS and the portal application, we can then grab those proxies, grab those high-res files and start making edit cuts either live or in the past and push those projects back and forth. So you have one connected location for all of your edit requirements.
Right, and this is particularly interesting for some workflows. Maybe if we look now at the broadcast workflow, what would be a typical broadcast workflow where you need like proxy high-res workflows? Yeah,
absolutely. So our main use cases today is live events. So being able to actually ingest certain content. So we then, for archive purposes, we can have that. And then you maybe create highlight reels, or news tends to be one of our biggest users of Framelight as well, where they are bringing content in very rapidly, creating short cuts, and then using them for on-air during live newsroom productions.
Cool. So yeah, typically a journalist could be traveling around, and even he has just his laptop with EDIUS on it and the connection to the system. He has everything which is at the broadcast station. So he doesn't really he doesn't have to go to the station with his footage or just upload it. He has access to all the assets while he is traveling, right?
Absolutely. So one of the main use cases, taking journalists, for example, is they take their camera, that gets streamed back to the news studio, that gets recorded using our Elastic Record product that creates both high-res and low-res, that proxy. At that moment in time, they can access the proxy and watch it back through the web editor, just using very limited internet, especially where maybe they're in a crowded environment. It's kilobits of data to watch back that proxy view. At that point, they can use EDIUS to start creating a rough cut live in the field with their laptop, using those kilobits of data, shorten it down, get the story that they want to, and then someone back at the TV station that's on their offline editor can make that detailed edit, make it look really good to tell the story that the journalist has already created and shortened down to what they want, and then that can go on air in a very quick, rapid, fast turnaround environment.
Cool. And now you mentioned, especially for the show, also events. Now I wonder a little bit, typically EDIUS is used to edit files, right?
Absolutely.
So when you're at a live event, how would a workflow look like, and how would it be used in EDIUS?
Absolutely. So as, for example, using the Framelight X Elastic Records with our scheduler, we're creating both that proxy and high-res file as growing files. So within 20-ish seconds of that content being recorded, as it's growing, we can use EDIUS to drag that asset into the timeline and live see that asset growing. And there's a little icon with a little camera with the red light that shows that it's growing, and in your timeline you'll be able to see it growing as well. So you can really start to make those edits as they come in, focusing on the start, middle and end, as the recording happens.
Well, that's really cool. And I guess the fact that you have that kind of special integration for EDIUS is easy because it's both Grass Valley, right? Framelight X and EDIUS. So the teams are working closely together.
Absolutely, and when EDIUS.10 and now EDIUS.11 has been released, you can really start to see the native integration with AMP. The fact that you no longer need plugins, it's a drag and drop directly from the user interface. You just log into the platform. It is seamless now. We really are starting to ramp up that true integration because we see that native platform with a native editor. We can make the best use and best workflows for our customers and for the production to really turn around that content as quick and as rapid in the best quality as possible.
Wow, I think nobody could say it better. Thank you so much, David, for this impressive look into Framelight X and AMP and the EDIUS integration here from ISE Barcelona. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.